Hi everybody, this is Avrohom Czapnik from the Jewish Learning Exchange in Los Angeles. I hope you and yours are well. We continue to pray that the rest of the bodies of the hostages are returned so they can have a proper Jewish burial and the families can have some sort of sense of closure. We also pray on behalf of the hostages that, thank God, are returned alive. They and their families work toward getting over the trauma and, God willing, improve physically, mentally, psychologically. This week's Torah portion is Parshat Noach. In Parshat Noach, Noach is commanded by God to build an ark because God is going to bring a flood to the world. And it's a daunting task. It's a big job. As the joke goes, he did not have to do an environmental impact study, but it was a very big job. It was going to take a long time. But he did it in spite of the taunts of his neighbors, but he did the job that he was supposed to do. And the question is, what about us? When we have spiritual goals, are we saying, well, it's too hard, I can't, it's not my background, or if we get pressure from other people, nah, I can't do it, or do we persevere? And there are many things to look at to see if, in fact, we can persevere. Number one is a famous Chinese saying, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Start one step at a time. Number two, we have to worry about the naysayers. Apple, under the leadership of Steve Jobs, had a creativity session with their top people, and the rule was no one's allowed to criticize an idea. Let people come up with ideas and share, and this brings greater creativity, and this brings greater spontaneity, and the critics squash creativity and new ideas. So let's make a session just coming up with new, fresh ideas, and even if it doesn't make sense, just let's get it out. And that's an important idea too. You never know. Don't nix the idea before you start. Thirdly, the naysayers always say it can't be done. Roger Bannister was told it's impossible for the human body to sustain speeds to be able to break the 4-minute mile, to run the mile faster than under 4 minutes. But in 1954, that's exactly what he did. And they told him, your heart's going to explode, you won't be able to do it. But he didn't believe it, and he did it. And this is an important idea. Limits are decisions, not facts. When we put limits, that's a decision we're making. It's not a fact. And as someone said wisely, if you say you can't, you're right. Once you say you can't, then you won't be able to do it. We also have to be cognizant of the power of perseverance, the power of prayer to help, the power of divine assistance. The Panovich Rav, the great rabbi who was the founder of the Panovich Yeshiva in the city of Bnei Brak in Israel, lost family members, and he came to Bnei Brak and he had a vision of building a huge yeshiva and building, it's a story I love to say over, and people looked at him like, first of all, is this a reaction to him losing his family during the Holocaust? Second of all, Rommel's Africa Corps was speeding toward then Palestine. What are you talking about, building a yeshiva? Panovich Rav, you're dreaming. And he said, I might be dreaming, but I'm not sleeping. So we need to understand that we have tremendous potential, but the evil inclination wants to reduce that by letting us procrastinate, by saying, oh, it's too long of a journey, by saying it can't be done, or you can't do it, let somebody else do it, it's too hard. So let's think of things within ourselves that we can change. That may be daunting, but with prayer and divine assistance, we'll be able to do it. Let's think about things that we want to accomplish. Don't allow the naysayers to say no. Remember, A journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Remember, if you say you can't, then you're right, you won't be able to. But if you think you can, there's a good chance you will be able to accomplish a tremendous amount beyond your wildest expectations. And in fact, many wonderful people have done many great things, again, beyond their wildest imagination, because they just persevered and they kept going. And the situation blossomed as something beautiful and great beyond their own expectations. So Noach should inspire us to do the right thing, and if even people think we're weird or funny or can't be successful, Noach should inspire us to try, take the first steps. Noach should inspire us to not believe that we can't, but believe that we can. And with the Almighty's assistance, we will accomplish so much more than what we think we could have. All the best. Have a great Shabbos.